Welcome everyone to Flow and Restore Yoga. My name is Michelle Chua. Grab 2 blocks, a strap, a bolster, and a blanket. And let's begin in a comfortable seat of Hero's Pose. So placing the knees in front of you, you might sit on your calves, you might sit on a block between your ankles. And if Hero's Pose does not feel appropriate for your body, like if you have knee injuries, then sit in a way that allows you to be upright in the spine and comfortable. So last week we officially celebrated Earth Day and we didn't have class on Friday. So it's never a bad time to bring appreciation to Mother Earth. You might remember a quote from Jessica Char, one of the pioneers of the modern practice of yoga. Excuse me just a moment here. Jessica Char is known for saying that if you want to assess how you are progressing in your yoga practice, take a look at your relationships. Your relationship to yourself, your relationship to other humans, your relationship to life itself, your relationship to Mother Earth. And that's the one I'd like to highlight today in this quote by mindfulness teacher Thich Nhat Hanh, who said, "You carry Mother Earth within you. She is not outside of you. Mother Earth is not just your environment. In that insight of inner being, it is possible to have real communication with the earth, which is the highest form of prayer." He talks a lot about interbeing, in seeing how in a sheet of paper, it is not just a separate sheet of paper. If you think of all the things that went into having that sheet of paper manifest, the tree, the person who cut the tree, the rain that allowed the soil that fed the tree to be able to produce that sheet of paper, everything and everyone that went through the process of being able to manifest that sheet of paper that now you might be holding in your hand. And so acknowledging this interbeing, or the food that you eat, where it's grown, the soil, there's Mother Earth. Inevitably, the nutrients in the soil go into the plants and produce that you consume and go into your own physical body. So what nourished those foods? The rain, the sunshine, all the elements of the earth, air, water, fire, ether, now going into your own human body. So recognizing that we are not separate. We are nature as well. When this body decomposes, when we leave our physical existence, it goes back into Mother Earth and we reunite from where this physical body came. So just remembering that as the bigger picture and acknowledging that whether you're in a forest filled with trees or you're in a busy city like Hollywood, you're breathing in, breathing out nature. So with that in mind, let's come into the breath, into the earth body that we all have. And we'll end practice, the physical practice of yoga, with meditation focused on our relationship with Mother Earth. So as you're sitting still now, maybe rest a hand on your chest and your hand on your lower belly. And maybe close the eyes. Begin to scan in your mind's eye throughout your own body, recognizing any sensations you're feeling. Observing your physical state. Begin to observe the breath without changing the way you're breathing. In the qualities of the breath, notice how you're feeling energetically. And now tuning into your mind, observing what you're focused on, what you have been focusing on, and how that's affecting the way you feel mentally and emotionally. Now feel the breath enter your body. Feel it move within, and then feel it exit the body. Letting the breath slow down as you create more space for it to fill up in your torso, in your lungs, your belly. And even listen to it as you gently exhale through the mouth, tuning into deeper breaths. What is something you appreciate about our Mother Earth? As you acknowledge that, now begin to clarify what you'd like to focus on in today's practice, what you'd like to invite into your experience, setting it as an intention. And in light of our interconnectedness and interbeing, I invite you to acknowledge someone or something you would like to dedicate your practice to today. Let's open the practice chanting Om 3 times, that sound, that primordial sound at the center of the earth that resounds through all of life and everything and everywhere. Inhaling a little deeper. Bowing in, recognize the intelligence and wisdom of your physical body and let it guide you as you discern the variations of poses and movements, and even when to rest, knowing that you can always opt to do that throughout this practice. Let's start to regulate our energies to a state of calm and a balance of effort with ease, while helping to concentrate mentally by practicing Ujjayi Pranayama, where you close the lips, softly narrow the back of your throat, and engage your mind in a very gentle whispering sound, lengthening the inhalation as slowly as the exhalation. I'm actually going to put the microphone up to my lips and see if you might be able to hear the sound of Ujjayi breathing, because you literally want to hear that sound and make sure it's not forceful. So really patiently finding the very top of the inhalation, and just as patiently finding the very bottom of the exhalation. Continue this slow rhythm, listening to it as we flow. Let's come down onto hands and knees. Spread the fingers wide so your index fingers are pointing forward. Stack the shoulders over the wrists and step the knees a couple inches behind your hips, and prepare to practice 3 to 5 rounds of cat-cow pose. So breathing in, glide your chest forward and coil it up, gazing up. Breathing out, contract your belly, drop your head slowly and round. And then on your own, keep going a few more times. So bringing the spine into flexion and extension as you move to the sound of your breath. Before we practice quite a bit of spinal twists. You want to make sure that the spine's pretty open and loose, has more space, that we can wring it out. Now flatten the palms a little bit more, and on your next exhalation, tuck your toes, lift your hips back, downward facing dog. When you arrive, step the feet wide apart, about as wide as the width of your mat. And then walk your feet forward to about 1/3 shorter stance, closer to your hands. Now with your left hand on the floor or propped on a block, cross your right hand to catch your outer left calf or ankle, and then try to balance the height of your two hips while you twist across your waistline, looking under your left armpit towards the sky. Let your head hang loose. Couple more deep breaths. Our first spinal twist here. Then set your right hand down in front of you on a block or the floor and cross the left hand to your outer right leg. By rooting the left heel deeper into the ground, keep your two hips balanced. Stabilize the lower back as you twist just beneath your lowest ribs. Looking towards the sky under your right armpit, relax the back of your neck. One more deep breath. Then setting the left hand down again, walk forward into a standing forward fold, clasping your hands behind your back or holding a strap between. Inhale, lift your chest forward, tilt as much weight forward as you can, and feel free to bend the knees so that as you bow in, your full spine can release. A few breaths of stretching your arms forward and lifting the shoulders up, letting the head hang free. Then dropping your arms down, bend the knees generously and inhale to roll up slowly, as if you're stacking one vertebra at a time. Join your hands at your heart. And let's begin our sun salutations. We're going to take 3 continuous rounds of Surya Namaskar A. So remember that we're literally saluting the sun. So bring that energy of gratitude in how you're connecting movement to breath. Inhale, sweep your arms overhead and drop your shoulders back. Exhale, bow forward towards your legs. Press down with your fingertips on blocks or the floor. Inhale, lengthen your spine forward. Step back to your version of plank pose, and as you exhale, glide forward. Graze your elbows by your ribs in Chaturanga Dandasana. And inhale to Cobra or Upward Facing Dog. Exhale into Downward Facing Dog, cultivating stillness there for 3 deep breaths. Land your gaze on one point of focus. When you've emptied the 3rd breath, walk or lightly jump to the front of your mat. Inhale, lengthen forward. Exhale, fold. Root down, inhale, rise up. Exhale, hands together at the heart. Twice more, inhale, sweep the arms up, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, bow forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, lengthen forward, Ardha Uttanasana. Step to plank or lightly float into Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale to Cobra or Upward Facing Dog. Exhale to Downward Facing Dog. Pause for 3 deep breaths. Wrapping your triceps towards the floor. Soften the neck and lift your shoulder blades up onto your back ribs. When you finish the 3rd exhale, walk or float to the top. Inhale, lengthen forward, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, rise up, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, hands together, Padasana. Last one, inhale, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Step or float into your vinyasa. Three breaths there. Now, staying in downward facing dog, keep your hips leveled in height. Then inhale, raise your right leg behind you. As you exhale, bend the knee towards your nose, round forward in plank. Step the foot lightly beside your right thumb and lower your back knee. Have your legs hips width apart and stack your right knee directly on top of the heel. Then bring the energy into your legs as if you're dragging them towards each other to create stability as you raise the arms up in a kneeling lunge. Using your right hand, cup the top of your right thigh and inhale, lengthen your spine down the midline of your mat. Keep your two hips leveled and exhale, turn your chest to the right and lower the left hand on the floor or on a block inside of your front leg. Raise the right arm up. Press down through all four corners of your right foot. As you breathe in, keep lengthening the top of your head forward while sliding your shoulders down your back. And as you breathe out, keep spiraling your rib cage to the right. Now let's rotate your right tricep or outer upper arm to face your right wall. Then extend that arm overhead. Last three breaths in this version of Harita Parshvakonasana, twisting side angle pose. Now gaze down at your right foot and lower both hands to frame it, fingertips on blocks or the floor. Lift the back knee and step the left foot forward 1/3 shorter stance, spinning the heel down for pyramid pose. As you ground through both feet, straighten both legs. Square your hips to face forward and breathe in as you lengthen your chest towards your front wall. Breathing out, little by little hinge forward from the hips. Now inhale, lengthen your spine again. Use your right hand and press your outer right hip slightly back as you root down firmly through both feet. Let's add a twist in twisting triangle. On your next exhale, keeping the pelvis still, rotate your rib cage again to face your right wall. Then raise your right arm up. Remember, you have the option of placing the left hand on a block or going further and placing the left hand on the right side of your front foot. Harita Trikonasana. Steady your gaze and tune into 4 more slow breaths. Now look down at your right foot, lower your hands to frame it, fingertips on blocks or the floor. Put a little bend in your right knee and gaze a foot ahead of your right foot. Warrior 3, either keep your hands down or bring them together at your heart as you lift the left leg from your inseam, flexing your left foot. Again, squaring the hips, rotate your left outer hip to face the ground and tack your right outer hip back as you grow your spine forward, engaging the sides of your belly. Virabhadrasana 3. All right, we've got one more twist here. Place the left fingertips down on a block or the floor, 1 foot in front of your right big toe. Again, use your right hand and draw the right outer hip back. Keep flexing the left foot as you breathe in, lengthen the torso forward. Without crisscrossing your legs, exhale, rotate your rib cage to the right. Raise the right arm up, entering twisting half moon pose. Each inhale, imagine your left foot is pressing against a wall. rebounding a lengthening forward to your torso. Each exhale, firm your outer hips still and spin your right ribs towards the sky, your left ribs towards your right wall. Last 3 breaths. Parita, Harj, Parita, Ardha, Chandrasana. Gaze down at your right foot, lower both hands, standing splits. Inhale, lift the chest, lift your left leg from the inseam. Exhale, bow towards the right shin. Maybe walk the hands closer to your right foot. Maybe wrap an arm or 2 around your right calf. Let your head hang free. Few more deep breaths. Step your left foot to the rear of your mat into a lunge. And take your vinyasa if you wish. We'll meet in downward facing dog. Slow breath in. Feel the depth of it. Take your time emptying it. Keeping your hips leveled. Inhale, raise your left leg behind you. Exhale, bend the knee high towards your nose, rounding forward in plank. Lightly step the foot forward beside your left thumb and lower your right knee. Legs hips width apart, front knee over the heel. Inhale, rise up to a kneeling lunge. So bring the energy into your legs as if you're dragging them towards each other, creating stability. With your left hand, cup the top of your left thigh and inhale, lengthen your spine forward. Exhale, begin twisting to your left. Lower your right hand on the floor or a block inside of your front leg and raise the left. Keep lengthening and twisting breath by breath. Spin your left tricep or outer upper arm to face your left wall. Then extend that arm overhead. About 4 more breaths here in Parita Parshvakonasana variation. Gazing down at your left foot, frame it with both hands on blocks of the floor and lift your right knee. Step your right foot 1/3 shorter stance forward, spinning the heel down as you straighten both legs and square your hips. Inhale as you lift your chest forward. Hug in your bottom front ribs as you exhale to bow. Pyramid pose, Parshvattanasana. Again, inhale, lift your chest and look forward. Bend your left knee slightly and gaze ahead of your left foot as you shift into your version of Warrior 3. Hands down or palms together at the heart. As you lift the right leg from the inseam, turn your right outer hip to face the ground and flex the foot. Lengthen the top of your head forward and lift the sides of your waist. How's your breath here? Now, keeping your legs in their 2 separate lanes, plant the right fingertips down, a foot in front of your left big toe. Use the left hand to tack the left outer hip back as you press the right foot against an imaginary wall and inhale to lengthen your torso forward. Hug your hips still and exhale, twist across your waistline to the left. Raise the left arm up, twisting half moon pose. Parita Ardha Chandrasana. Gaze down beside your right hand, place the left, standing splits. Inhale, lift your chest and the right leg from the inseam. Exhale, bow towards your left shin for a few breaths. Maybe walk the hands closer to your standing foot. Maybe wrap an arm or 2 around it. Relax the neck. Once again, step back into a lunge. Last chance to practice a vinyasa. We'll meet in child's pose. Placing your arms wherever you choose. Spend a few more breaths in child's pose, balasana. Tune into the last couple deep ujjayi breaths here. Slowly roll your spine upright. And we're going to set up quite a few props in a supported fish and bound angle pose simultaneously. So you'll want to have your strap in a large loop, pretty much a loop the size of a hula hoop, maybe slightly smaller, where you can wear that loop all the way down below your waistline, just at the top of your pelvis. So have a seat at the center of your mat. Take your 2 blocks and place them like an equal sign, both on the medium height, crossing your mat, the furthest block all the way at the rear edge. The closer block, about 5 to 6 inches inward towards you. Then with this loop on your strap, have the buckle just off to the side where it's not pressing against your skin, but when you lie back, you can adjust the size of the loop from there. Bring the soles of your feet together to touch. And take the loop and place it from behind you, just above your pelvis, around the outer edges of your feet. And you want to feel that the loop is now pretty taut. It's snug. It's giving you a sense of being held. It's not loose, nor is it too tight that it might feel painful. None of that. So you might loosen it just a little bit if it's already very taut here, because when you lie back, it might get a little tighter. Make sure it's just below the waistline, pressing against those 2 bones at the back of your pelvis, top of it. And as you keep your pelvis on the floor, start to lower the area that is right underneath the bottom tips of your shoulder blades across the closer block. Let the shoulder heads roll back into the space between the blocks, and let the back of your skull be supported by the furthest block. Now feel if it's symmetrical, your shoulders and your hips. Make any adjustments if you need to tighten the strap so that you feel more supported, or loosen the strap so you can feel more open to splay the thighs. And then adjust the block under your skull if you need to feel more of a lift in the chest. You can tilt that block 1 or 2 steps lower. 2 steps lower would be no block at all under the head. And then make sure there's space along the back side of your neck. You might even touch your hands there and feel that there's space. You're not squishing that area. Feel your throat is open, but not too open where it strains the back of the neck. Wiggle your shoulder blades down your back ribs. And as you rotate your shoulder heads back, turn your palms to face up on the ground beside your thighs. Now feel your body as a whole. Are you able to relax completely here without fidgeting? Make any last little adjustments because we are going to be here for 5 minutes. Yes, you heard me right, 5 minutes. As restorative postures are meant to be held for several minutes at a time, as we practice being present in stillness. So once you've made any final adjustments, bring your awareness back to the breath. We're going to regulate a few more cycles of breath here, and then we'll let go of controlling the breath. So empty the breath and invite the inhale to slowly fill up your belly, your side ribs, up to your collarbones and the back of your torso. Then just as slowly, exhale through the nose. Feel the muscles between the ribs relax. Feel the belly soften. Feel the pelvis become heavier. Again, inhale for a count of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale for a count of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, count of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, a count of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Try the last one on your own, maybe even slower. Now, consciously let go of controlling your breath. Observe where you can feel the breath move most easily. Land your mind's eye there in your body and observe the sensations of the breath coming and going, just as it is. Restorative postures prepare us to meditate. Here we are. Relax any holding in the body, any gripping, let it go. Feel the muscles along your face. Relax around your eyes and forehead. Feel the very back of your tongue. Soften at the root of it. Let your jaw relax. Feel your shoulders surrender towards with gravity. Sense how Mother Earth is inviting you to relax. The gravity, she's drawing you towards her center of the earth. Now, as you continue to observe the breath in its natural flow, begin to wiggle your fingers. mindful not to move too fast or suddenly. Keep this feeling of relaxation as you make a physical transition. Place your hands down on the floor where your elbows can press the ground, and you can start to lift the head. Begin to lift the back, the lower back, rising up slowly to sit. Loosen the straps so that you can take it off, put it aside. And from here, we're going to set up in another spinal twist. So take your pillow this time, and one block, set it aside near the front of the mat. Pillow and blanket, just in case. Place the pillow down the midline of your mat so it's touching the front edge of your mat like this. Blanket could be on top just in case. And then have a seat with your right outer hip flush against the back edge of that pillow. Extending both your legs towards your left wall. Keep your right leg where it is, then slide your left leg down the midline of your mat towards your rear wall, creating an L shape out of your legs. As the legs stay here, place your hands along the left and right sides of the pillow and turn your chest completely to face the front of your mat, adjusting your pelvis and your legs so that you can comfortably do that. Maybe bend the knees. And then inhaling, lift your sternum. Start to lower your torso onto the blanket and pillow. Now you can adjust the setup of that blanket and pillow. You could also place a block underneath your forehead so that you have room to place your head face down and breathe. So notice how high or how low you need that stack of props so that you can comfortably, again, be still and relaxed. This time for 3 minutes. Place your attention now where you can feel the breath and observe it, letting it stay natural. So another quality we embody when we're practicing restorative yoga is effortlessness, the practice of non-doing. See how much you can non-do here. Now sensing the next breath, empty. Again, take your time, just as you're patiently watching the breath, patiently start to transition out, leaving the props as they are, pressing your hands into the ground, and letting your skull be heavy as you begin to lift it. Lift the torso, and eventually rise to sit facing the rear edge of your mat, both legs straight in front of you. Pausing there, allow a few breaths to just notice how your body is responding after that posture. Do you feel energy moving through your body? Do you feel any shift in sensation somewhere? Does your breath feel different? Now leave your right leg just as it is and open your left leg to your left side till you have an L shape and your left outer hip is now flush against the back edge of your bolster. Place your hands again along the left and right sides of the bolster and turn your chest completely to face the front, adjusting your legs and pelvis so that you can comfortably do that. As you breathe in, let your heart lift. Then take your time lowering your torso down onto your props and notice if your body is wanting you to adjust the props differently on the second side of your twist. Maybe you bring them a little higher or lower. Once you've found stillness, locate again the feeling of the natural breath. And let's be present here for 3 more minutes. Practicing, just being. And with compassionate, loving kindness, noticing what the mind does when you bring the intention of just being. Now allow this next breath to finish before you very gently and slowly, remember, no rush, press your fingertips into the ground. Begin to lift your forehead slowly, your torso, rising up to sit with your legs both extended in front of you. As you do that, notice the alignment of your spine. Are you able to sit up tall and relax the shoulders and lift the chest? Is the spine tending to round forward, contracting at the hip flexors? If the latter, take any of your props with the thickness you need to sit on top of. Let's prepare for Paschimottanasana, about 10 breaths of it. So here you might put a block in between your calves as you'll rest down. You can put a tower block if you need something higher. You want to invite a long, spacious spine where you're mostly hinging forward from your hips and not hinging forward at your neck, which closes off the throat. So try to maintain this length at the back and front of your neck, shoulders relaxed. And then rotate your inner thighs slightly towards the ground as you parallel your feet with a gentle flex in the feet. Rooting your sitting bones down, hug your outer hips towards your spine to help traction it. As you lift the spine like there's a string pulling from the bottom through each vertebra to your crown. And then little by little, hinging forward from your hips, again, continuing to breathe naturally and observing the feelings of the breath. Pressing your hands down into the ground, allow several breaths to slowly lift your torso upright. Take your time. Notice how it feels to move intentionally, very slowly. How does the mind react to that? Just being curious. Then find a comfortable way to sit as we practice pranayama to help us tune inward and prepare to rest in shavasana before meditation. I invite you into a practice of Nadi Shodhana pranayama, alternate nostril breathing. Shoulders relaxed, sitting tall and grounded. We'll continue to breathe with the lips closed, but now we'll lengthen the breath very gently, very softly. Resting your left hand on your lap, you might choose a mudra that accentuates the feeling tone or bhavanam of your intention. A grounding mudra is to bring the thumb and first fingers to touch with a palm face down. An energizing mudra, pran mudra, looks like a peace sign with a palm face up. One that cultivates more inward focus and deeper states of meditation is Gyan mudra, thumb and first finger touching, palm face up. Now with your right hand, stick out the thumb, pinky, and ring fingers. We'll use the right thumb to close the right nostril like this, and the right pinky and ring to close left nostril like this. Alternate nostril breathing. Let's practice 3 cycles of it together, and then 3 cycles on your own. As you practice it, you might close your eyes, and if you're familiar with the chakras, you might place your mind's eye on a specific chakra that you wish to activate energy from. Crown, third eye, throat, heart, solar plexus, sacral root. Let's prepare to start. Empty this breath. Hold it out. Right thumb, close right nostril. Inhale through left slowly. Hold the breath. Close left. Exhale slowly through right. Hold the breath. Inhale through right. Hold. Close right. Exhale through left. Hold. Cycle 2. Inhale through left. Hold. Close left. Exhale through right. Hold. Inhale through right. Hold. Close right. Exhale through left. Hold. Third cycle, inhale through left. Hold. Close left. Exhale through right. Hold. Inhale through right. Hold. Close right. Exhale through left. Hold. Continue 3 more cycles on your own. Take your time when you finish. Relax to natural breathing again and notice how you feel after that pranayama. As you continue to breathe naturally, begin to lower your body to the ground. Please find a comfortable way to lie down and rest in stillness for about 5 minutes in Shavasana before we begin our 10-minute guided meditation. As you continue to rest your body here, bring your awareness throughout it and notice how your body feels now. What sensations feel alive and where? Gently begin wiggling your toes, pointing and flexing your feet. And start to rub the fingertips together, feel your hands, stretch the arms overhead, all the while keeping your eyes closed to nurture an inward gaze. Begin to turn over onto your right side, resting your head. Sense how the breath is coming and going here without controlling it. Notice how your energy feels right now, the effects of your yoga practice. Gradually begin to lift your body up. Find a comfortable way to sit, where you can be upright in the spine, open across your heart center, and the whole body can relax. You might choose to place your hands in a mudra, maybe close the eyes. If not, steady a soft gaze just ahead at eye level. We'll begin our 10 minutes of guided meditation, focusing on the 5 elements of the earth. Sensing the breath in its natural coming and going. Sense the ways you are continuously nourished by the element of air. Cultivating appreciation for how air supports life force energy moving through you. Bridging your relationship with trees, with all breathing beings. Sense that solidarity as we breathe together. You might mentally hear the mantra as you breathe in. I receive love. And as you breathe out, I give love. Now bring your awareness to where your body touches the surface below it. Feeling the element of earth, grounded, stable. Sense literally how the earth cradles your human body. Sense the ways earth nourishes all living beings. The soil, what the soil produces. And even now at this moment, how products from the soil are within your living body. The minerals enriching your bones and skeletal system. Vitamins, all the nutrients, creating well-being in your physical structure. Notice how you physically carry earth within you. Now, acknowledging the element of fire. Have you felt sunshine on your skin today? In what ways have you been blessed by the fiery sun? Sense the energy alive in each cell in your body, ignited by the sun. Can you feel the way you carry the sun within you? Sense also your inner fire, your fire of digestion. And now bring awareness to the element of water. More than 50% of your human body is composed of water. There is a river flowing within you. Sense the many multitude of ways that water blesses your life and the life of this planet. Now let's expand our perspective to the element of ether, that which contains all of space and everything in it, not only on this planet Earth, but beyond and into the cosmos, through which sound and light travel. Sense space. And how it's necessary for growth, for movement, for change, the only thing that is constant about life. And now breathing in, let the breath expand into the space of your human body. Breathing out, feel the breath vanish into the space around your human body. Sense the way your mind and heart feel in this moment. Offering gratitude for anything that charges your heart. And re-acknowledging your intention you came to your practice with today. Remembering to whom or what you dedicated this practice. Sending a loving resonance out into the ethers. Let's chant together to close with 3 ohms. Inhale. Bowing in, acknowledge nature within. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste.